Chicken here, bring you another Boom Beach video. In today's video, guys, we're going to be talking about how to gain and manage your power powder without, and I guess with, Power Stone Chance. It's going to be the same kind of tips for you. You can use with or without Power Stone Chance. Obviously, with Power Stone Chance, you're going to get a little bit more powder and stones overall, but it's just a few kind of basic tips. I've gone without Power Stone Chance for roughly a year at this point, so I kind of know like the ins and outs on how to manage it. So we'll start off. The first, if you take anything away from this, guys, the first most important tip is going to be attack a lot and be very active. Have a high activity level, and that's kind of going to be like the most important thing in terms of managing and even gaining power powder and stones and crystals in general without having power stone chance. Now, people say a lot of the time that you can't gain power powder and you can't gain stones without a power stone chance while being in like a while boosting regularly, right? But I really feel that's not the case. I feel like having a power stone chance statue, unless you're saving up for some sort of global VP push, I feel like it's a really big waste of the statue slot. In my opinion, you're going to be a lot better off with an extra GBE or troop damage, or maybe even a troop health if you've already gone the other way with your statues. But so yeah, the first point, guys, is just to attack a lot, be very active. That kind of goes into all my points are kind of tied into that. But there are some specific keys and tricks that you can use to make sure that you're getting the most out of your playtime in order to perfect your statues. And so you're gonna want a heavy lineup of offense statues. Now, I'm not saying you have to go all offense for this to be optimized by any means, but in general, you're gonna be attacking a lot. You're gonna have to be heavily offensive. Could you do it being with only like 2 or 3 offense statues? Sure, but it's gonna be a harder time. It's gonna be more frustrating. You're probably gonna end up using more attacks. So having the extra offensive statues is gonna allow you to it's just going to allow you to have more, probably in the long run, to get more attacks in, because you're going to fail less. Obviously, not every attack is perfect, as we see with the chicken here many times, guys. The next tip, guys, is don't miss events, specifically Dr. T. Now, Imitation Game does net you some crystals, sure, but in my experience, it's been very rare, and it doesn't happen a lot of the time, so it's mainly for Dr. T events, guys, that you're going to want to make sure that you don't miss, because obviously you get the 2 guaranteed crystals each event, and I think we get what three of them a week now, something like that. But yeah, that's definitely one of the most important things when you're concerned about your power powders and your power stones in general, is to make sure you don't miss Dr. T events. Anything that gives you guaranteed crystals, you definitely want to take advantage of while you can. Same thing with your submarine dives. Whenever you have stones as an option, make sure you pick that one, because the resources you can come by easily. The diamonds really aren't that big of a deal. Plus, you're going to get diamonds from your Operation Reward boats, so you don't really need to collect diamonds from anything else, because you can't get power stones from your Operation Rewards. So definitely take advantage of that while it's there. And then the next point, guys, you want to constantly be making statues. Now, I know Zmot touched on this when he was explaining his video on how to get perfect statues, is to like basically make a lot of them. And it's the same thing for power powder. You can't have a backlog of statues that need to be created, because that's going to add up over time, and you're going to be missing out on some statues in the long run if you always have like 30 or 40 shards like being made. Then you could run out of powder before you're even able to make new statues, right? Because you have such a backlog of all your shards and everything. So it's good to always do that. I know that instant crushing your statues doesn't get you the diamonds for the award, but I mean, it's only like 30 diamonds or something, right? So it really doesn't make a huge deal at the end of the day. So I would say, if you're gaining a lot of stones, just to go ahead and do the easy conversion. That's what I always do, guys. And I don't have a power stone chance right now, And I've actually been able to gain, and I boost pretty frequently too. I'm boosting, fully boosting, like at least 3 or 4 times a week right now. And I've been able to get my powders up since the Mega Crab. I was around 55, I want to say, and I'm back up to over 100 now. So I've been able to gain. It's been a slow climb for sure, but I've been able to gain power powder. Just making sure that, like, they're not really tricks or anything. It's just kind of like things I make sure that I don't miss on. So always get the supply chest every day. Make sure you get that, because that's 7 shards, which is basically 1 crystal. However you want to look at it, it's definitely important to take advantage of that, because more often than not, it's pretty easy to get the supply chest, right? Because you can kind of just you can usually get it in one session relatively quickly. You just have to take down a player base and then 3 NPCs for the most part. It's really not that difficult to attain. So yeah, just don't miss out on anything that's guaranteed or that you can get fairly easily is a big point, guys. All right, so we're walking up here. We're walking on up. Back. I think we're gonna go right where the statue is, actually. Speaking of statues. Okay. Since there's a lot of buildings here, we'll double smoke across. But that brings me to my next point, which is find a task force operation time that allows you to double up. This is probably the biggest point when it comes to statues, guys. Being able to double up in your operations can, like, literally make or break your statue or your power powder management all by itself. Because if you're fully boosting every single day, that's going to be, like, that's probably going to be not sustainable for most people in the long run. So definitely, if you can, find a task force that has an operation time that allows you to double dip on your power powders if possible. For general clearing of your map, I've always found that I get more crystals randomly from NPCs without Power Stone chance. That's just been my experience. I know technically that shouldn't be the case, because for each individual building, there's a percentage chance that you'll get a crystal or a shard or a fragment from. So typically, the player bases that have more buildings on them are going to generate more crystals. But just in my experience, I've gotten more random crystal drops from NPCs, so I always make sure to clear the NPCs first. Plus, it takes less time, so it's really not that hard to do. And my last point is to boost what is required for the operation. I'm just trying to figure out where we're gonna go here. Where should we go, guys? I think we'll go somewhere in here, something like that. I'm trying to stay away from the flamethrowers if possible. But you don't always have to full boost. I know I do it all the time, but that's just because I can and get away with it, and that's just how I have fun with the game, more or less. Like, it's definitely not optimal. You're gonna be better off to kind of just take a look at what your attack needs. Like, if you need the extra damage, boost the extra damage. If you need the extra GBE to get there or whatever, then use the extra GBE. But you don't usually have to boost 10 statues for most operation attacks. Like, obviously this differs if you're in a high level task force or not, but for the most part, you can do your attacks fairly well with minimal boost. Obviously, you're going to have to boost something, but I mean, sometimes you can get away with 3 to 5 boosts. Like, you don't always have to boost 10 statues is more or less what I'm trying to say. So just be, like, aware of what needs to be boosted for your attack. Like, is it a monstrous attack or whatever? We're going to throw the critters out. Bang, bang. Medkits out. Throw another medkit out. We must have lost a lot of Zookas somewhere. We're not doing anything for damage, so I think we're going to need another hashtag check and go on this one, guys. I'm not sure where the best place is to park the Zookas for this one, so I'm probably just going to go ahead and use warriors. Okay, guys, so we're kind of throwing in the flag here. We're busting out the tank medic, something I don't usually use. But this stage 7 is, like, it's just been a nightmare. Like, this is crazy. It seems like everything has so much health on it. The HQ was only, like, 400, but, like, there was a few times I got all Zookas, like, right in range on the HQ, and I had all of them shooting at it. We were doing, like, nothing for damage. Like, I don't understand how it was going, like, so, like, why it was being so difficult. But anyways, guys, we're busting out the tanks here, so hopefully we can blast this down. If tank medic can't do it, like, we might just throw in the chicken towel and call it a day, guys, because that, like, I don't know. I'm not gonna boost for it because after making this video, that would kind of be like contradictory of everything we said. To go out and waste all the boost like that. So I'm gonna go up now. The shock launcher's gone. I'm gonna go up this way. I hate using tank medic just because it's so friggin' slow and boring and methodical. And it's like you let them go and run up and take out the stuff, and like you just touch the boom cannons with the missiles. Like, I don't know. It's just, I like the fast attacks that you have to like shock really quickly and stuff. Like those are my favorite. I usually have the most fun doing those ones. So what are we gonna need to take out here? I think we're gonna need to take out this cannon. And I don't really see a whole lot of other stuff that we have to worry about, guys. I'm gonna bunch them right up here again. I think we need one more artillery to take out that cannon. I haven't used the shocks yet, so maybe we'll go ahead and do that here on these sniper towers and keep all that stuff down while we kind of make our hashtag chicken way to the HQ. So we're gonna have a lot of rockets shooting at us, so I gotta save up now for this artillery. Hopefully I can take out this cannon. If not, that's gonna be a big waste. Okay. Alright, so we made our way in. I'm gonna reflare. Actually, I can kind of just take out the rest of this stuff, and we should be pretty safe to take this down, guys. So, I guess tank medic, if you're looking for an easy way to do stage 7, would be probably the best way to go today, guys. Don't be a chicken and use all Zuka 30 times and waste a bunch of diamonds. That's not the optimal way. I'm going to go ahead and shock this stuff. And we actually did that without taking any losses, so I guess it was pretty easy. You could probably do Scorcher tank too from this angle. I didn't want to bring any Scorchers because there were so many rockets in the back that I didn't want it to come down to one of those raids where you have all the tanks behind the HQ with like no health left and the rockets just pounding away at them. So tank medic takes down stage 7 unboosted pretty easily, guys. Definitely let me know down in the comments where you're at with your power powder. Do you use a power stone chance? Do you think it's necessary? Definitely interested to hear about that, guys. Yeah, so just let me know if you use power stone chance, or if you don't, how your powder collecting is going. That's gonna wrap it up for the video today, guys. Make sure to leave a like if you found it interesting, entertaining, or informative, and we'll see you in the next one, guys. Chicken out.